The whole is more than the sum of its parts. Man is by nature a political animal. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. To avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing. The wise man does not expose himself needlessly to danger, since there are few things for which he cares sufficiently, but he is willing, in great crises, to give even his life, knowing that under certain conditions it is not worthwhile to live. To give away money is an easy matter and in any man's power, but to decide to whom to give it, and how large, and when, and for what purpose and how, is neither in every man's power nor an easy matter. It is well to be up before daybreak, for such habits contribute to health, wealth, and wisdom. Learning is not child's play. We cannot learn without pain. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness and the power of contemplation, rather than upon mere survival. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. Anybody can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Republics decline into democracies, and democracies degenerate into despotisms. Those that know, do. Those that understand, teach. Change in all things is sweet. Well begun is half done. We make war that we may live in peace. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. Personal beauty is a greater recommendation than any letter of reference. What it lies in our power to do, it lies in our power not to do. Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. The end of labor is to gain leisure. Suffering becomes beautiful when anyone bears great calamities with cheerfulness, not through insensibility, but through greatness of mind. To attain any assured knowledge about the soul is one of the most difficult things in the world. It is just that we should be grateful, not only to those with whose views we may agree, but also to those who have expressed more superficial views, for these also contributed something by developing before us the powers of thought. To run away from trouble is a form of cowardice, and while it is true that the suicide braves death, he does it not for some noble object, but to escape some ill. It is best to rise from life as from a banquet, neither thirsty nor drunken. A great city is not to be confounded with a populous one. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. Education is the best provision for old age. The greatest virtues are those which are most useful to other persons. My best friend is the man who in wishing me well wishes it for my sake. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children because they are more certain they are their own. I have gained this from philosophy, that I do without being commanded what others do, only from fear of the law. He who hath many friends hath none. Without friends, no one would choose to live, though he had all other goods. It is unbecoming for young men to utter maxims. Character may almost be called the most effective means of persuasion. In a democracy, the poor will have more power than the rich, because there are more of them, and the will of the majority is supreme. Plato is dear to me, but dearer still is truth. Men create gods after their own image, not only with regard to their form, but with regard to their mode of life. He who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in deserving them. Both oligarch and tyrant mistrust the people and therefore deprive them of their arms. The one exclusive sign of thorough knowledge is the power of teaching. The state comes into existence for the sake of life and continues to exist for the sake of good life. The gods, too, are fond of a joke. No one loves the man whom he fears. Temperance is a mean with regard to pleasures. No notice is taken of a little evil, but when it increases, it strikes the eye. The virtue of justice consists in moderation, as regulated by wisdom. The above are the life wisdom quotes for this episode. Which quote is your favorite? Please leave a comment to tell us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. See you next time.